Hey y'all, Lisa Davis here, the trusted banker, and it is Wednesday, April 9th, about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, but y'all, I just had to get on to talk about yo Trump, yo wishy washy, flip back and forth Trump. So, welcome back to the channel. I have missed y'all. Hey y'all, I've been busy, but I just want to know if you guys paying attention to what's going on with Trump lately. He's been very wishy-washy. I mean, I don't mind it, but I think it's a bad look. I'm talking about his yo-yo politics at its finest. So today I want to just talk about a few of the things. I want to break it down, talk about his back and forth moves that have us all scratching our heads. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. So the first one, of course, is TikTok. Like, what happened? First up, TikTok. Like, Trump wanted to ban it in 2020. Then he backed off. Then in April 2024, he again threatened to cancel TikTok. He wanted to get rid of it. That was his big thing. And then he set a date, April 9th. Then here he come. And what did he do? Right? We had the ban. We didn't have the ban. We had the ban. He was going to ban it by April 19th. January 19th. Then January 20th, they worked out a plan. We kept TikTok. Then they were going to ban it. They put it on pause. April 9th was the pause date. And now he's extended it again. It's like, stop playing with me. I don't like to be played with. So now, as of what, today, ban has been paused for 75 days. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, Trump. Stop playing with me. Like, do what you say you're gonna do. This reminds me of like when they talk to you about parenting with your kids. Like, you either gonna do what you say you're gonna do. Don't threaten the kid, because eventually they're gonna stop listening to you. The country gonna stop listening. The country gonna stop. I don't listen anyways, but the country gonna stop listening. The other one that I want to talk about is Canada. Canada and Mexico. Let's go to Canada first, right? Let's go to Canada first. Where is it? Canada hits back. Canada been hitting us back over and over. Canada's like, we are not playing with you at all. Canada and Mexico can pretty much fall into this, right? So today he backed down and paused over 75 places that he was putting tariffs on, right? With Canada first, he threatened tariffs on Canadian imports. Then Canada offered to help with the border security, which we know that's a gag. We know Biden put that in place before he left to make sure that the borders were secure from Canada, from the northern part of the country, and that Canada hired 10,000 troopers. That was something the Biden administration put into place. Trump claims that he backed down on the tariffs in the interim because he got them to negotiate and agree to that deal. That's something that was already in the plans. It was already planned. It was already negotiated. It was already an agreement. And for real, we know Trump does not make agreements with countries. He does not know how to negotiate. He does not know how to compromise, and he does not know how to come to an agreement that both sides can be happy about. So he tried to spin it like it was brand new, but it was something Biden put into place. Fast forward a few weeks, guess what? He threatens tariffs again and then backs down again. Right now, Canada is not under threat of getting tariffs put on them. But, Canada said, we don't care until you guys make this permanent, until we can trust what you're saying, until you're not going to play games with us anymore. We're going to keep the tariffs on you. And now we're going to continue to push harder as far as the White House, as far as your cars and the tariffs on the auto industry and all of those things. All of those things. Canada is not playing. They like step up, step 10 toes down to it, put your 10 toes down, or stop talking about it. Stop talking about it if you're not going to do what you say. So then we got Mexico, right? Mexico celebrates dodging the latest U.S. tariffs, but feels the effect of the global economy and uncertainty. But Trump pulled the same move on Mexico. Mexico will do this. Mexico better do that. It reminds me of when he talked about the wall when he was in office before, where Mexico was going to be, not only we were going to build the wall, but Mexico was going to pay for the wall to be built. That didn't happen. It never happened. And the wall's still not built. Not that I want a wall, but I'm pointing out how inconsistent and unreliable the Trump administration is when it comes to the things that Trump says. He backed down on the wall, and he also backed down on the tariffs. And now he backed down on the tariffs on Mexico. Now he backed down on tariffs on Mexico. Another one, just hours after he was supposed to impose tariffs on 75 countries. On 75 countries, Donald Trump has now backed down from that. He's now backed down from that. He said it wasn't the bond market that pressured him to back down, but we know it was. We know it was. He cannot piss off investors. He cannot piss off the investors. We know that that was the pressure he was feeling. And I don't know if Trump just likes attention. I just don't get it, because it seems like he doesn't want to come across as soft. But anybody that continues to put things out that he's going to do and then backs down because he can't do them comes across as not able to do anything that he says he's going to do. So is it just that he wants the attention, that he's trying to put some things out there so people pay attention to him? He's trying to get the attention so he can negotiate other deals. Is he just somebody that threatens a lot? Is he somebody that doesn't make good on his promises? Like, what are you doing? Because you put the whole country in uproars. You put the whole globe in uproars only to back down on everything you say you were going to do. Nobody even had to know about it in the first place if you weren't going to do it. Like, you could have just sat down and just thought about it. You didn't have to sit down and make all of these threats and things. Let's see. He said that he felt like people were being, what did he say? People are being yippy. He doesn't like the conversations that's being had. Trump says he reversed the tariffs today. He says this because people are being a little yippy and afraid. Because people are being yippy and afraid, but that's not his style. Typically, Trump doesn't care what people feel. Typically, Trump doesn't care what people are thinking, right? So why does this matter right now? Why does it matter to him that people are being yippy, people are being afraid? President Donald Trump has dramatically reversed course, dropping his country-specific tariffs down to a universal 10% rate for all trade partners except China. China's tariff rate will jump to 125%, effective immediately. That's crazy. That's crazy. We have to deal with that now. White House advisors claim the flip-flop was always the strategy. Are you freaking kidding me? I didn't know I was going to read that. Are you freaking kidding me? How is being a flip-flop leader, how is being a flip-flop president your strategy? Y'all can't cover this up. You cannot say that you voted somebody into office knowing that the strategy was going to be for the country to now seem wishy-washy and flip-floppy. That is such a weak move. Suggesting that the past week of massive tariffs that triggered huge market losses was all for show. This is what White House advisors are claiming. That's crazy. Beijing has reciprocal 84% tariff rate on U.S. goods effective tomorrow, April 10th. And the EU approved retaliatory tariffs on U.S. imports. China also issued new travel warnings for its citizens about visiting the United States. The president for days has insisted that his tariffs would not be lifted despite turmoil in the markets and backlash from investors and voters and allies. Here are the 3 examples of Trump digging in just days before. Be cool, everything is going to work out, he said. On Monday, Trump said from the White House, we're not looking at a tariff pause. We're not looking at that at all. And then he said, be strong, courageous, and patient, and greatness will be the result. This is what he said Monday and probably Tuesday. Here comes Chase. Diamond said something has to be done with the tariffs. Jamie Dimon's interview earlier in the day, in which JP Morgan CEO said a recession is a likely outcome as a result of the tariffs. We've been saying that since day one. All the economists, all the bankers, everybody that understands how this works has been saying, even the universities, the people that study the economy have been saying that a recession is likely if you don't stop what you're doing. He didn't listen. He kept pushing forward, and now he's got to backtrack on everything. I think it's just ridiculous. He also, with the thing with USAID, that one just drove me crazy, where he he pulled out USAID, which is cool. He pulled out USAID. He didn't want to spend any more money on these kind of things. and it affected Africa. Africa said, that's cool. When Trump tried to go back and establish the United States over in those countries in Africa, Africa said, nah, take your money, take your people, and be gone. And this is what's going to start happening. The USA is going to start looking very weak. The USA is going to start looking unreliable. The USA is going to start looking like we don't know what we want to do and why we want to do it. And other countries are going to start making deals with each other instead of deals with us. And I don't like the idea of the United States becoming isolated. I do not like the idea of the United States making enemies of our allies. I do not the idea of the United States looking like we don't know how to play together in the sand. It's just not a strong position to have. It's not a strong position to have. And unfortunately, we have a president similar to the boy that cries wolf. The boy that cries wolf over and over and over again. Big threats, big drama, and then nothing. No follow through, no consistency. And in politics, this is a dangerous game. And at this point, these yo-yo moves are making Trump look unreliable and impulsive, and like he's making decisions off of vibes instead of strategy. I don't care what the White House advisors are saying. This was not on purpose. This was not the overall strategy all the time. And they are not trying to have us out here looking very wishy-washy as if that's what they wanted. That's why they ran for office. That's why they wanted to be in office. That's why they wanted to be in administration, to make the country look like a big wishy-washy mess. If this was anybody else in office, you know how they would be talking crazy about the president. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this a good idea for leadership from MAGA or not? I don't think so. I think it sucks. And then I'm going to be following up with some more updates around the CFPB and what the House Finance Committee are doing and all the things. So hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. My name is Lisa Davis. I am the Trusted Banker. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.